1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. You see action, the main market square. Please join the live stream, very special live stream about the, we say, Wall Street, and maybe something more, how to be happy. Look at this, that is such the after 6 p.m. That is the last time, last chance to get the such live stream in the winter time. Then we change the time just at the weekend. You see something special is on the St. Mary Basilica. As you see, such scaffold. The left tower, they've got the scaffold because it's now the restoration of the bricks. You see any free hugs, guys running. And the St. Mary Basilica, 800 years old, had the two goals of the trumpet player. Every hour is the live bugle call from the tower. Even now, with the scaffold, he's playing live, 24 hours, every full hour, even at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And Hey Now is called Hey Now. You know, the live bugle call commemorating invasion of Tatars. That is the Hey Now list was such hit by the Tatar arrow. And that was the other goal of the such Hey Now. At the beginning of the day, the gates were closed. And that was the signal for opening gates. And at the sunset, the signal for shutting gates. Hello, my friend. Koala, just I putting you as the preferential channel. You are first. And we walking through the illuminated Krakow about the Wall Street around the old town. I've got the background music and I have to escape from that place because on the YouTube is not allowed to putting the background music. And behind me the Cloth Horse, the oldest shopping mall of Europe. You see after work the guy pushing the such place that was such car inside. There were the bagel, the Polish. There's also pretzel from the tradition of Krakow. That's after work, and you see the illuminated cloth halls. But we walking to the defense wall. We're talking about the, very special preserved original wall. But at first we walking the Royal Way. We passing the former anti-vampire cemetery. You could watch my other film about that place. I did the blog about then you got the answer why is the different color of the such pavement, white and here gray. And the Grodzka Street, Castle Street, the most beautiful walking tour there. And we walking around the old town Krakow. 1,000 years old, undestroyed in the First or Second World War, luckily survived the Krakow Pisa Tower and the cloth halls, Sukiennice. And you see always friendly atmosphere. Krakow is extremely safe and very, very friendly. Today there are a lot of groups from different countries, but mainly British as always. And on the left, Wesele, we say Polish wedding. And opposite the oldest and most expensive restaurant in Poland, Wierzynek, that famous supper lasted several days. Even dogs and horses could drink beer soaked in oats. I show you the very, very old restaurant. You see how old is there. Wierzynek, #1 mission guide, they said 1,000 places you should visit before die. You see the people got the special heater and very friendly form. You see the Grande Grill, folk show every week. And 1364, imagine there's such old hut. 1364 is the such restaurant Wierzynek, recommended by Mission Guide tradition. Dumplings about like $6. It's not so extremely expensive. We got, of course, Easter market, but we try to keep the pace, and going around the old town is a very special project of me. That's the day walking around the old town over the former Wall Street. You see magicians serving something. You know, at the end of tour, I try to answer you how to be happy. It's a not easy question. It's always how I learned to do such live streams. You know, every day I do the TikTok live streams for Polish people, and you could get me also on the TikTok. I did even tour 4.5 hour long in Warsaw. 4.5 hour live stream. You could imagine such live stream on the street. But now I think more about a half hour. And a half hour. Please share the information about that. Thank you for any virtual cup of coffee if you want to donate. I was very appreciate. You know, any little gesture is much more important than big gestures. That's why I do the special time for you that I streaming for more than a half hour, showing the beauty of Krakow. That's why big thanks if somebody want to donate virtual cup of coffee or just the following the subscription, the 1 month subscription. There's the lodge of the donators on my channel. And there's the Krakow Town Hall on the right. You see Town Hall, Franciscan Monastery. And here is the modern wing. It was the narrow house with podlipkami, only one window. And now there are most beautiful stained glass windows presenting there. And you see there, such darkness is coming. There's a such after sunset. The darkness here in Krakow is getting earlier than Germany or France. We've got a very early sunrise. About 5:30 a.m. is the just brightness, and sunset, as you see, darkness about the 6 p.m. is the darkness. Yes, that is such. You see, very nice weather today. Just plus 14 degrees Celsius. But it's a little chilly. After sunset is the chilly. You see, I've got the gloves. That's why the such. And I show you the Casanova of Wawel, the king that had the 60 wives and mistresses, and August the Strong. Look at this house under angels. I told about him on the other films. Pandora, and like a Pandora, we making magic turn to the right. There's the MP Street, like a Parliament Street, Poselska, and we're getting into darkness of the Wall Street Krakow. I explain you why the Wall Street. This is such. Now there's the Hungarian cuisine on the right. Nice smell, you know, on the Balaton. Poles and Hungarians, they are big brothers. And any hidden toy. But it's the back of the municipal of the town hall of Krakow. Such little, not illuminated, but that arches making magic flare. And in one moment, something. Have you heard about the Joseph Conrad? Joseph Conrad is the Polish writer that was naturalized in the Great Britain, and he wrote the famous book, The Heart of Darkness, in Polish, Jądra Ciemności. And look at this. Here's the most. He stayed here as the visitor of Krakow, and look at this. Here is the such Angelo di Luce. Enrico Muschetta, the angel of light. Angel of light. That's but very special face. Look at this. Angel of light is the normal face, and on the other side is the no face. It's the very, very, very special modern art angel of light. Or say Lucifer, I don't know. Okay, and that's the former monastery, prison, but now archaeological museum. And we starting with the first tower. There were 48 towers and 7 gates. And I got a very special project following the former towers. There could be also like a lesson for the future guides. Oh, some bottle of vodka. No, that is such the Cisowianka. That is only normal water. Okay, you know, Poland is famous for vodka, 40%. We say minus 40%, no problem. 40 kilometers walk, no problem. 40%, no alcohol. That's my proverb. Okay, and archaeological museum next door. And look at this. Here is the first gate, the first tower. Look at this. It's I should take the light. That is the tower. You see the shape of tower of the Freemasons and stone makers. As such, we say like a free masons. Is just on the not at the it's a little deeper because here was the very boggy place. You see the Wawel Castle and the towers, and there's the Garden Wawel, so-called Garden Wawel, and there were no more towers direction Wawel. That was just simple swampy part. That part was called even over there New World. Oskar Schindler staying there, for instance, during the Second World War. You got the apartment there, and you see more and more magic. There's more. Now lanterns they started. Now we are illuminated. Now look at this. We are lucky illuminated. I'm getting more and more happy with you. And look at this. There's such a shape of the next tower. In 90s, we reconstructed the former place of towers. That's why here's the tower with Rimage. That was with the German Riemenschneider. That was such they make the ribbons or kind of the ropes from them. That is such Rimage. That is number one. And you see, we walking. We are here, and we walking around the old. That is the old town, and we walking over there to the such that the whole old town. That's like the old garden. Wawel garden planty is the 4 kilometers long. Doesn't matter which direction we go. We going there or direction the Wawel Castle. After 4 kilometers we coming back. That is the illuminated, and I call the Wall Street because here is the former wall. That's why I tried to translate and say what towers were on the way. Some they are hard to translate because the old jobs they are disappeared, but the Krakow guilds were responsible to defend Krakow, and the Magic Park is on the place of former moat, and that's such like a moat, and now the oldest park in Krakow, plenty. The next is the such Prochowa, this gunpowder tower. You see gunpowder, and you see the such shape of the tower is over there. The such square, and over there you see wall of Franciscan monastery. There's one of the oldest bricks. The bricks were made in hands, and we're getting to Franciscan square with the JP2 window. John Paul II, the Polish Pope, always gathering thousands of pilgrimage here. They wanted to talk with him, and Franciscan monastery on the right. And the next tower, you see again the shape, the square shape. That was the iglarzy. They make the pikes or swords. That is such sword makers. It's hard to read the names, but we describe the all 48 towers. But look at this. Enjoy just illuminated Krakow. Trams and just next tram is coming. We call that such tram is called bombardier, but like a bomb carrier, as such they see over there. Okay, but we let him go to the better show. Okay, go, go, go. Don't wait for me. Czołowy polski developer. Okay, and the Philharmony of Kraków, just over there, and we getting to the next piece of wall. Oldest park in Kraków, the green belt of Kraków. Philharmony was opened in the Second World War. They were forced to play the Polish and Jewish musicians, but the Jews especially, had to play perfectly, because if not, they were sent to Auschwitz, to gas chambers. That is the daffodil, symbol of hope. Hope is dying last. Yes, that's the famous sentence. Hope is dying last. That's why daffodils, so-called fields, tourists, I think, they're taking pics of the such daffodils. And we getting to the gate, Vistula, the gate, so-called Wisła. Wisła is the main Polish river, the core territory of Poland. Now is the Ukrainian church, that the leader of Ukrainians got married here is Stefan Bandera in that church in 1940. And we are here by Vistula Gate. Look at this shape of the former Vistula Gate. And there were 7 gates and 48 towers. And the gate is not so very impressive in that such picture, but you see here the beautiful architecture around, like a Philharmony over there. And the street is called Vishna, Vistula River Street, with that, say, Ukrainian church, Cerkiew, Cerkwica. And we continuing the part. On the right, on the wall of that Ukrainian church is the commemorating Holodomor, the big famine, exactly in the East Ukraine. Like today is the conflict, that's such big famine of people. 9 people in the house, big thanks. Thank you for any virtual cup of coffee. You know, there's any kind of support. Tomgate Kraków is very important. If you smashed any virtual coffee, I was very appreciated. I do especially special live stream, historical live stream, but you know, with sense of humor always, you know. And at the end of tour, I tell you how to be happy. That is the very difficult question. It's not easy, you know. The people, they are very rich and they are not happy. That's the problem. That's why we try to find the clue. And this is the so-called Krakow Wall Street. That's my idea, Wall Street, because it was the former wall. Look at this. We're walking along the former defense wall, and there were different towers, defending towers of Krakow. We see 5 original towers undestroyed, but the 48 towers, 43 towers were simply demolished. And here is I'm sorry, because it's the joke from Gimbal. And here is the Baszta Cyrulików. There's the dentist, you know, dentist. They make the no anesthesia. There's the just extracting teeth straight. Hello. Thank you, Ola. And here is the Holy Mary from Faenza. She's keeping the broken arrows from God. They wanted destroyed the Sodoma as such, and in Faenza there's such that town in Sicily, and she broke the fires were just broken by Holy Mary. That's such tradition. Okay, but we walking Wall Street. In one moment I got any present from pigeons or pigeons or just ravens over there. There's attacking people with shit. That's why that tour they could change into shit tour in one moment. I hope I survive. And then we've got the next tower, air blowers. You see, there was the special air blowers for the furnace. Oh, you see, Poland is a very Catholic country, 71% Poles Catholics, the 2 nuns preceding me. And then you look at this, there's the square of the former tower of the... they usually, here stayed the smiths, you know, there was the smitheries and blacksmith. They always had to use the such air blowers. just to increase temperature. If you want to get the proper temperature for cut iron or forged iron, you need the minimum 700 degrees Celsius or maximum 1400 degrees Celsius. But now we've got the facade of the Collegium Novum, the Jagiellonian University, the Polish Oxford, the most beautiful, impressive facade of the oldest university in Poland. Nicolaus Copernicus, John Paul II studied here, or even the first female student, Nawojka, the girl that she dressed as the boy and studied medicine. And the oldest tree in the plant that we're walking, oak tree, 107 years old. Imagine that tree is the 107 years old, survived the Second World War. Respect. In Krakow is a very old city, over 1,000 years, but we got, of course, much more ancient art. And in the Pigeon Street, because we're a very appreciated bird, that is such monument of Nicolaus Copernicus, the Polish astronomer, just in the shade, but we're focusing around the wall. There's like a meteor, we call the meteor the such stone, and you see the Wall Street, steel wall, and we're expecting the next tower, Kaletnicy, that was the purser. They make the purse wallets, such decoration. Now is a much better transparent the tower of the purse maker. Poland is a very young country. You see a lot of young people around. There's such. If you visit West Europe, you you feel very sad. And here in travel to Poland, visit Poland, you see a lot of young people. There's very fresh blood, we would say. As such, it was the baby boom, and not once, and that's why it's a lot of life. Okay, and then have a look. Here is such blacharzy. There is the tinker. They make the roofs for the houses. That's why tinkers were responsible for the tower. And you see even shape of the former tower over there. You see there's such shape of the tower over there. Okay, and we walking close the University Church St. Anne. Here was also the Jewish quarter. The first Jewish quarter was here. Jews were accused of the arson of the church, and they were pushed out on the old town from that side. The end of 15th century was the first pogroms of the Jews here in that place. And even we crossing the former Jewish street, Judengasse. There was even the name, and was even former Jewish cemetery on the left, Kawiary. Okay, and the next tower. Look at this. The next tower. Rusznikarze, they were responsible for gun makers, gunfire, Guns N' Roses, we say, Guns N' Roses. Okay, that's we're getting Guns N' Roses tour. And as you see, the Anna Street, and there was the little small gate, so-called Jewish gate, so-called. Here was exactly Jewish gate, interesting. The Jewish street, and that is like a university, was synagogue, mikveh, bath, and hospital. Jewish hospital, interesting. But we keep going. We're going the garden, University Garden, so-called that part of Planty of the green belt is called University. And one moment, we see the next tower. Is the in German is everything clear, called the Messerschmitt. In my opinion, the most beautiful tower that was. Look at this. Such beautiful slim shape, and we call the nożownicy. Nóż is the knife, and like a German Messerschmitt tower. I call the Messerschmitt tower that tower, but that tower was little jug out from the wall. Look at this. The square shape is jugging out of the wall of the city. And St. Anne University Church. Tilman von Gammeren constructed, the famous Dutch architect, but he became Krakowian. He wanted to stay as in Krakow forever. I know the Dutch people love Krakow. And look at this, the Miss Polonia of Poland is the owner of that restaurant. But she was Miss Polonia over 30 years ago, but I think she still look like an 18. That's Eva Wachowicz, and this is even small information. And look at this, we have a Szewska Street, a Shoemaker Street, and was the Shoemaker Gate, Porta Satorum so-called. That we see the remains of the former tram that went here. Till 1954, trams went into main market square. And there's the entertainment street with the, like a little Krakow Soho. The discos, Banja Luka, such pub, that's a such cheap beer, and Szewska Street. But the Shoemaker Gate. And here on the left was the town, competitive town to Krakow, Garbary, tannery. You know, there were tannery for white skin and red skin. How do you explain red skin? It's meant red leather. Of course, from the pig also is the red leather. And in one moment we see the bunker, and here is the remains of the former tower of the guild, so-called responsible for the red leather tanners. And even that such part of the bunker is like a tower. This is a very nice composition. There's the modern art, and now is the preparing beautiful summer garden in the bunker of art. Very brave and liberal statue commemorating Miss Yarema. There are like two girls. Of course, matters of LGBTQ plus matters. Look at this. Very brave. That's why Krakow is very liberal in the such kind. And here the Palace of Arts, the Apollo, and the ups and downs of Apollo. You know, like in life, still the ups and downs. It's not life is not easy. Okay, we're getting to the Stephen Square on the right, and the perspective is the main market square. We left on the right the main market square, and the next tower of the Harry Potter Tower. I say Harry Potter, Gancarze. Harry Potter Tower is also very funny roof. Look at this. It's trapeze shaped, like such a very funny, like a Harry Potter tower. But the Potmaker Tower, and we see tram bombardier is again going on the left. Very much. Yesterday was the full moon. You know, the people going crazy in the full moon. Yesterday should be the full moon party, but it's the Pesach by the Jewish community, for instance. And the Krakow skyscraper, 7 floors. There was no permission. Jewish architect was the author. There was the project for 24 floors, but they stopped on the 7th floor. There was no permission. Any building should be higher than St. Mary Basilica. And Paśników, they were, you know, they make the belts for the knights, for the Krakowian, for the townspeople. Paśnik, pas is the belt. Just make them belt makers. Look at this. We are just started at that point, and we walking very quickly to the corner of the Palace of Arts behind. That's why we going very fluently. Still the Wall Street of Krakow, Wall Street, and we getting to the Franciscan reformats. There was the Franciscan monastery for the fighting with Protestants. Here the Krakow mummies. Imagine behind that wall there are 1,000 mummies. The bodies, they looked like buried few months ago. But as the climate changing, is no permission to visit the place. It's a pity, but interesting to visit such place. And here is the next interrogator. This is Stellmacher. This make the wheel makers. They make the wheels and printers. The printers, you know, Gutenberg discovered the first print shop, and Nicolaus Copernicus' work was printed in Nuremberg at the beginning of 16th century, and it was the printer shop. That corner is called Florianka, is the most spooky place. If the tourists getting here to that corner, they are disorientated. They don't know where they are. There's, I tell you, was some reason that corner is the very creepy. I tell you why the creepy. But also the mummies are on the right. You see in that such monastery. And the next tower, they were such the bath makers, so say like a bath service. They organize bath, but the Christians, you know, they don't take the bath. You see the wall over there. The bath was not so very popular, maximal twice a year. The people afraid they protection skin also they would be washed. That's why they use the bath twice at the Easter and Christmas. Not so high hygiene. That's why it was the special smell of people. If you go very smelly. If you met such person from medieval, you felt a very special, strange odor. Okay, but the people all they got such smell. There were no perfume. And have a look. Here is the next tower. And next tower, you see a lot of towers that I try to make in funny way. Ceklarz. That is the policemen of the city, police guards in the middle. They were responsible to build the gallows. That direction was the gallows. Maybe that's why that corner is spooky, because here was the poor people were smashed to the gallows and hanged. And they were experts of the building. But also they looking for the harlots on the streets, taking to the prison, or just people they broke the law. They're like a now municipal police, Straż Miejska. They are such. You see the very quick finding the bikes in the Planty. We got the pedestrian traffic, but it's not like in Germany. Bikes or Segway that were permitted to go on the Planty. And I think the most spooky tower of the executioner. Krakow executioner tower is here exactly, close the mummies. There is such a cat, Katowska. Cat is the executioner, and just you see the remains of the wall. And we are at the north corner of the garden Planty. Then we see the facade of the former bank, and there's a still bank. Sorry, because was the like a district bank, the district Krakow bank, and now is the still the bank with the bull. And one moment we see if I got the visitors from Japan, especially from Hiroshima, I never forget. They were very impressed with the that dark facade of the Atlants. You know, the man, they've got the Atlants, they've got the lions, look at this, that is the lions on the place below the bottom belly. And have a look at Szewska tower. That's the shoemaker again. Shoemaker 1. If you sell in German, is nice because I make the funny way with Germans, because say Schumacher 1 and then Schumacher 2. That's why shoemaker is in German the Schumacher. That's why Schumacher Tower 1 and Schumacher number 2. Thank you for following. Thank you for any sharing, and any virtual cup of coffee would be appreciated. As you see, I give you the full package of the interesting facts around the Krakow. And the next Schumacher 2, as I said, the tower number 2. We walk in Krakow Wall Street. At the end of tour, I tell you how to be happy in your life. It's a not easy question. Okay, and that is such. Maria Epstein, the famous nurse, was active here. That's such the Epstein family, interesting. That's the Krakowians, they got the such German-sounded surnames. In Krakow, this was the such joke. If you shake your family tree, it's always an Austrian to find out. Hello, everyone. Just I showing my face that I not hide behind. And look at this. That's the Sławkowska street with the other Sławkowska. There was such the defending tower, so-called Barbican number 2. And in 19th century was demolishing action, and the such Barbican was just demolished, and there's no traces of them. But in one moment we see Barbican indoor. There's the house under globe. You see the globe at the top. That is such the Bunny Cafe, very close. The Bunny Cafe. Then you don't eat rabbit there, but you could eat with carrot cake with bunnies. And only one remained of the original wall is the just on the way now on the right. You see lamps, everything was in the style of 19th century. 19th century style of the garden. The oldest park in Krakow, 200 years old. the big demolishing action started in the time of Krakow Republic. And then you see the only 5 towers were left undestroyed. From the joiners, the first is the such joiner and carpenter and joiner tower. Later there was the passamoner and the barbican itself, furriers, such 5 altogether untouched. I tell you in one moment why. You know, Krakow ladies didn't like strong wind, and they dressed, they wear the umbrellas, the dresses. In that time, people didn't wear underwear. That's why it would be scandalous that such see something. That's why such windproof side, that part of wall was left untouched. That's why you see original wall from 14th, 15th century. That's as such, and the famous Florian's Gate. Florian's Gate in Barbican is like a symbol of the whole Wall Street. On the left is Barbican. Look at this. They looked like is they not Barbie, but the barbarian troops Tatars. Krakow was invaded 3 times by Tatars, and was the such simple defense wall of Krakow and trap for enemies. That's why the building is over 500 years old. Barbican. It's not so perfect illuminated. We got a little crisis with the illumination, but you see the Barbican the part, and the entrance to Krakow was the through Barbican and tunnel connecting with Florian's Gate. There's the official gate to Krakow. Even tram went through the Florian's Gate in the history. That's why we getting now the view on the most beautiful street in Krakow. You feel like a queen or king. Always kings entering here. 38 coronations and funerals. In the gate is the full of miracles painting of the Mary on the Sand. The whole church burned, but only such painting survived. And look at this, there's a such view like in Paris or so, the most beautiful street, Florian Street, with the little monastery, so-called Czartoryski Museum, the oldest museum in Poland, with the Leonardo da Vinci lady with ermine. And then you see the original part of defense wall, the we say Carpenter Tower, joiners, and here is the furrier with the St. Florian extinguishing fire, not with water but with beer. There was a lot of breweries, average consumption 5-liter beer per day, but the pregnant girls shouldn't drink more than 3-liter beer per day, recommended by doctors. Beer was safer than water, that's why even extinguishing fire with beer. Here's the MC, of course, MC, and that's as such we got the Florian Street, but we could walk here. I'm glad to walk here, but we have to continuing in darkness because the plan is the going the Krakow Wall Street the part. That's why there's a such part. And let's go because any drunk guy they want to talk with me. And here was the former, the main gate was the for trams, and the 2 gates were the for people they walking through. And look at this, there's a such everything in very easy to decode Krakow, white and red. White is older, red younger. That's why white color of the stones, the limestones, there's the such older substance. As you see, there's over there, there's a such limestone, and the group is gathering on the way. Okay, and have a look. There's a such last, the Beltmaker Tower. It's a little darkness. You could sit, enjoy the food just at the wall. Krakow Wall Street, simple to say. It's not very crowded today, but very cheap and preferential. Oh, you see there is so-called defense route, but it's not very popular. You see there's closed city defense walls. Museum of Krakow organized such thing, but we see the museum is the completely temporary closed. Yes. Only me at the moment I try to alive the Krakow city wall. There's the tourists, they don't know completely about the such tour, and for me it's the something. Oh, we've got the babushka, red babushka, something screaming. Okay, we're getting to that part, and have a look. The most beautiful theater and opera. the operata, 1,000 people, and that's the first cinema even. There was the first premiere of Brother Lumiere inside, and during the Second World War was the theater for the Wehrmacht, and here the Jewish Combat Organization put the bomb in the Siganeria cafe opposite, and the bomb exploding, 7 Germans were killed, other injured, and they started revenge action for 1 killed German, 100 Poles shot. That, and we see the last remains of the wall. We say bye-bye for the original wall, and we see the wall among the grass, again the white color, because it's always for us we're looking for traces of original part. Look at this, here there are traces. Among the grass you see the white color, as such the white color of the wall. Oh, you see the, oh, that is such white color. We are close the railway station Krakow, and always if you arrive to Krakow you are impressed with the such view on the a theater was built from the remains of the former church and towers. The wall was simply demolished, as I said, 200 years ago, and the bricks that were used to build such a theater. Look at this Słowacki theater. And here is the karczmarzy, baszta Kęsza karczmarzy, Kęsza, and as such a mystery word, but the karczmarz there was the owner of inn, of the tavern owner. They've got any tavern, and they were responsible for defending. That direction is railway station, but we're turning right, and along the beautiful Słowacki theater, short time was the also big thanks. You know, I think you feel the such positive energy, and I think if you're finishing with me at the end, you are also very happy because I know how the works Krakow. There's always positive energy. And thankful, of course, of the Hego company. During the COVID, I did the such tours almost every week, Jewish tours in the Jewish quarter, Schindes scenery, and here Old Town, illuminated Krakow is always magic. Look at this, here's the machinery and the former power station of the theater, but now is the theater Sina Dom Machin. That's the house of machines as such, the such form. And we are just in the garden Barbican. That part is called Barbican. In one moment they're coming the part of the Niklas garden. There's close the Niklaus gate. Yes, the Florian's Gate we left, and now we were on the east side of the old town, Holy Cross Church, and the oldest building in the old town is left of it. We don't close closer, but you have to believe there's the oldest building. You could get more on the live tours with me on the Krakow, and the Michał Bałucki monument, the Polish writer. Straight from Krakow, there are different monuments, but look at this, and that lantern is the next tower, used to be here, the tower of grzebieniarzy. They made the combs, they were responsible to make the combs and brushes, simple brushes, brusher makers. And look at this, here was the best restaurant, one of the 10 nur für Deutsche, for Germans only. And that restaurant survived the First World War, they survived Second World War as the best restaurant, but that restaurant didn't survive COVID. In one moment we see the even launching them. Sometimes homeless people sleeping here. Look at this Zakopianka, since 1826. Since 1836, but they didn't survive COVID, and now is the homeless people place outside. It's very pity, because it was the 10 best restaurants and didn't survive. My, just I couldn't see the very important tower. That is the przekupniów, sadelników, słoniarzy. Generally they may make the people responsible for fat and pork food. You know, Poles are the mainly pork eater. Now in the Eastern, the pork knuckle and mayonnaise dancing cha-cha-cha. we are very always so greedy to eat the pork. That's why pork was always appreciated. Even sausages are made of pork. Oh, you see, such apartments for tourists are beautifully illuminated. And the primary school number 1 in the old town. There's the primary school, podstawówka numer 1. There's a primary school and Holy Markus Street. You see again the wall. We are still along the Wall Street, Kraków, East Ring, and such special marking should be about the. There's the Campanile Hotel close and Music Academy. There I park my bike, and Westerplatte Street on the left. Westerplatte with trams still parallel. You see there's a very, very friendly atmosphere. And here is the street Barhanników. They were responsible for make, for instance, slips or just, underwear, underwear for rich people, because the people generally didn't wear underwear. But if there was the cold winter, temperatures even dropping to minus 40 degrees Celsius, that was such some the people were in need. But in the Second World War, benches in Kraków, they were marked for Germans only, and was in German and Polish. And the Poles did the sabotage, scratched name, such German name, and written in Polish, dupy wasze, ławki nasze, your asses, our benches. That was the successful sabotage during the Second World War, as such thing that I told the tourists at the Schindler's factory. And look at this, the next Czapnik, there was the hatter, they make the hats for Krakowians, Czapnik, and the monastery on the Holy Mary on the snow. There was the former castle, but the transfer after there was here German we say mayor Adalbert, but was the riot. They started uprising against Polish king and then turned into convent for the nuns. And here is the Wyspiański Hotel, the Polish Mark Chagall, Kraków Mark Chagall. Mr. Wyspiański got their own workshop there. He was very hard working, the most famous painter, and also the glass, the writer, and of course the glass works for the churches. And look at this Mikołajska Niklaus gate. Greetings to my friend Niklaus. Jet Nichols, Niklas. That's the Niklas Gate direction to that. That district was called Happy District, Wesoła, happy. How to be happy, I gave the title. And then is the casino for officers. That casino, they used the Steven Spielberg for making scenes from the beginning of Schindler's List. There's Oskar Schindler coming to the restaurant and they're looking for the dancing girls. And that's such very important. That's the beginning of Schindler's List. That casino played in the film Schindler's List. Very, very important. 30 years ago. Most famous film about Kraków. 80% scenes were made in Kraków, and then gate on the castle. That's why Grudek is called castle. You see the blind gate direction the St. Nicholas church. There's such there's a bricked up and defense wall of the so-called little castle, so-called hill. Thank you that you're appreciating then. I think at the end I could answer how to be happy. And you see arrow slits or the arrow cannon slits. The nuns were responsible for defending. Very cute and brave nuns. And we see just slowly we getting to the last towers. There's not a lot of towers. As you see, it seems 48, but we did very quick. And the next is the von Kurdybaníków. They make the tapestries and carpets, simple carpet makers. Kurdyban and like a Kurdyban carpets, and also from the leather, the special warming up the walls of the houses. That's why the Kurdybanik. And there's such nice street and beautiful boutique hotel on the castle. You see the boutique hotel in the background. And now we getting to the following tower and the Siena Street as the Hay Street. And here is the tower of the gunpowder number 3, gunpowder tower number 3, gunpowder. And here was the new gate. That place was very spooky because if the people were decapitated, they took the corpses exactly here and smashed into a pond. There was such big pond, very muddy place, and exactly here was such a place of the deposit of bodies after a big show in the market square, decapitation. And here the new gate. You see the new gate, and exactly over there was the new gate, Siena Street, Siena, as you see the beautiful street to the east. There was also sewers. The all smelly things were getting out of the market square, and we crossing to the last part. That direction is the Jewish quarter, Kazimierz. Shortcut, and you see the St. Mary Basilica. We are walking round and round, and we getting to the last stage, also Gertruda stage. Here was the tower of Smiths, Kowali. That was the tower of Smiths, and then is the Dominican monastery. With next such tower of Saddlers. You see the remains of the former tower there, and there's the Saddler Tower of Saddlers, and then we getting to the next tower. That's the Gertruda Street. Gertrude. There was this patroness of the difficult cases and difficult, impossible cases, so-called. Gertruda, that's why maybe the people they were here after executions, they were deposited here. And here is the last, is the pierścienników, the ringer. As you see, the dog's owners have to put always shit with herself, for instance, if the dog did something. And ring makers, and don't worry, just we are finishing. One moment is the last 2 towers, if I suppose, or even only 1 tower. If I got, as you see, was a lot of towers, but the last is of the copper, like a Gary Cooper. There's a Coopers. There was make the barrels and barrel maker, and Dominican monastery on the right. Perfect. Oh yes, and is our last tower, because then following is so almost no towers. That's why the last was the Cooper Tower, Bednarzy, and they make the barrels for the keeping the herring, or just you see the tram block the way, and the Dominican Street, and barrels for herring, for sauerkraut, things like that. Yes, that is was excellent challenge. As you see, how to make happy. Just if you like something, you should continue, and you should keep doing the thing that is your passion. That's why it's my answer. How to be happy. Don't look at the other people and do that. As you see, I very spontaneous, even not special prepared. I like talking and like live streaming. You could find my live streams on the TikTok. In Polish, I did a lot of tours there, and thank you very much for attention to watch that. I didn't want to extend this very long live because I see 54 minutes. I finishing as quick as possible. Thank you for any virtual cup of coffee. Always be a member of supporter of my YouTube channel, Tom Guide Kraków. Every week I try to do the new films. As you see, I spend a lot of time to make the live streams. That's why it's my passion, and I feel happy if I live streaming. This is a very special kind of happiness. Other people sitting with beer or so, but just for me, live streaming is the passion. Okay, thank you. Passion to perform, of course. Thank you very, very much, and see see you again in the other places, magic places of Krakow. See you again and bye bye. Thank you, dobranoc, good night, and thank you for joining the Wall Street Krakow. All the best to you and yours. Thank you, bye bye.